Generative AI and Agentic AI. What's the difference? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today in this video. So some of you know, I did a video, my last one was on AI and how it's coming for the jobs, and how Block laid off half of its employees and the stock went up 22%, and how that right there was a big red flag. And that basically gave CEOs across America a blueprint to how to figure out how to cut costs and grow their company with less people, so doing more with less. So let's talk about the difference between generative and agentic AI. So generative AI is basically the AI that most people know today. There are 4 main generative AI platforms right now. They are OpenAI's ChatGPT, which came out in December of 2022. So it's just over 3 years old. That's Sam Altman's product. It was the first. It basically started this frenzy. Then after that was Google's Gemini rolled out. Not long after it, Google basically all hands on deck, had to do something because they didn't want to get knocked off, right? Then the next one is Anthropic owns Claude. Claude is another one. Hasn't been as popular until here recently. It's starting to really gain some traction. And then the last is Elon Musk, or X's Grok, which is also another popular one if you're big on the X platform. All of these AI products, LLMs, large language models, they each do roughly the same thing, but some of them are a little better at some things than others. Some are better at writing code than others, like Claude. Some are better at doing research. Some are able to do more brainstorming better than others. And so I use them all. Some of them I have just simple free accounts. Actually, no, most of them all I pay for now because I use it on a daily basis. And if you're not using it, you should. Get started now. They're all free to use. And for your needs is probably going to be good enough, right, to get started. If you are using AI and you're saying, okay, that's great, but where's all this headed, this video is for you. So let's talk more about the generative AI. So what is it? It basically creates content. That's a simple thing. You prompt it, it responds. It's reactive, it's not really proactive. So you give it some input and it's going to give you a response. So for what instance? It can write emails, it can create scripts, it can summarize documents, it can help you write code, it can brainstorm ideas. What it doesn't do is it doesn't take action on anything, it doesn't run systems, and it doesn't pursue goals. It just generates and it waits for your prompt to prompt it back. So it's like generative AI is like having a smart intern. You give it instructions and it produces an output and you just supervise the output. So what does that do for you and your daily job and your ins and outs? It makes you work faster. It can cut junior roles out of companies that you won't need anymore, and it replaces tasks, very simply put. And so that's generative in a nutshell. And so let's talk about agentic AI. This is where it starts to get serious, real serious. And this is a massive jump from generative AI. And when I say massive, I'm talking big. So let's talk about it. What is agentic AI? And I'll tell you some of the agentic tools that are out there after this. So AI that takes some kind of action and it works towards a goal. It plans steps, it uses tools, and it just adjusts based on results. It's not just content, it's execution. So you basically tell it what your goal is, and it goes and runs all the various tasks and sub-agents, or puts agents out there that run these tasks, sometimes in parallel and sometimes in serial, I mean, one after the other. So what can it do? It can not just create an email, but it can send it automatically for you. Where generative, it'll help you write the email, but it won't send it. Agentic will actually send the email. It'll also manage your CRM for you. It'll run marketing campaigns. It'll monitor the performance of those campaigns. It'll execute trades, and it'll deploy software for you. So it thinks, it acts, it evaluates, and it adapts based on your goal as the, say, quote unquote, CEO of the tool or the app. Or the company that you run. It's doing this stuff on your behalf, and you basically just supervise it along the way, and it can handle a lot of tasks and do it very, very fast. It's amazing. So the core difference: generative AI produces output and agentic AI produces outcomes. So an analogy, one way I can put it is agentic AI is like having an autonomous employee that you have that's like a super employee. I mean, it can do so much stuff and it can do it very, very fast. You give it a goal and it figures out the rest, right? You don't have to tell it every little thing to do. With generative AI, you basically have to tell it what you want. It gives you a response, and then it's kind of a back and forth, kind of a chat type of environment. So why does all this matter? Generative AI helps you do your job faster. Agentic does the job. So it replaces workflows, it flattens companies out, it shrinks teams, and it automates decision layers. So here's the bottom line, guys. If AI is writing your emails, that's generative AI. If you're using AI to run your business and your business operations, that's agentic. So what are some agentic tools out there right now? There's three main ones. There's more, but the three biggest ones that are catching the most attention right now starts with OpenClaw. OpenClaw, if you're not a very tech savvy person, OpenClaw is not going to be for you. It's an open source AI, agentic AI tool that you download and you install it on a Mac Mini is what most people are using, but you can use pretty much any standalone computer for it. And you give it tasks and tell it what to do, and it runs and does it. That's OpenClaw. It was probably the first big one out there. And what it does is it uses various of the other AI tools like Gemini, like ChatGPT, like Claude, like Grok. It leverages all of those together. All right, so the next one out there is one that I'm using a little bit of, is Claude Cowork. So Claude, this is produced by Anthropic, by the way. There's this chat AI function that it has, this basic one like ChatGPT, but there's also what's called Cowork, which is their attempt at moving into agentic AI. I haven't dug into it a ton yet, but my plan is to, but I know how it works and I know what its purpose is. The other one, which I started recently poring over, that just came out not even a week ago, is Perplexity Computer. Now let me tell y'all something. What this thing can do is silly. It's mind-boggling. I am creating an app right now with this thing and watching it do what it does, and it's incredible. So, by the way, it's a cloud-based agentic AI, where Claude Cowork is also cloud-based as well. But you install an app on your computer to use it, but it also leverages the cloud. OpenClaw it depends on how you set OpenClaw. You can get it to work where you run the models locally, or it'll go out and touch them. Depends on how you set it up, but I dove into Perplexity Computer in the last few days, and this thing is unbelievable. If you've been using AI, that's child's play compared to what this thing can do. And that's where this thing with Block laying off over half of its employee base, using what they called their internal name Goose. I don't know the inner workings of Goose and what was in it, if it was more generative, if it was more agentic, what models that it was trained on to use. I have no idea. But I know that was a deciding factor of why Jack Dorsey decided to lay off half of his workforce, because they were just not needed anymore. So that's really the difference, guys, between generative and agentic AI. We're into the agentic wave now, and we did it in 3 years. unbelievable what AI has done in a short period of time, and it's going to grow exponentially. This is not a linear project. This is not something that's just going to go, grow 1 and then to 2 and then the 3 and then the 4 and then to 5. No, it's going to grow 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. You see where I'm going with this? This thing is compounding fast, and if you aren't hedging your skills and your stuff, you're not going to make it. So that's the video for today, guys. You guys have a good one. Gen X guy out. See you. Bye.